You're watching the Morning Mayhem with Taylor and Mike.
Good
You're on Piper Beach
morning.
Radio. Taylor, we are live from the Clanton Tractor Studios.
That is
This
right.
wonderful
We sure
studio.
are.
And we have a little angelic guest with us today.
Many
Sad day.
many people are very, very sad.
We learned yesterday about the passing of Dolly Parton. I mean, if there was ever an icon, she would be the one.
I know. Well, and I was looking up some info because I felt like I knew, I don't know. I felt like I knew a good bit about her, but there's a lot of stuff number-wise that I didn't know until I got to looking it up.
I mean, I can only imagine.
Yes. So it says Dolly was one of the country's most philanthropic.
Philanthropic. You had it right.
Unifying beloved stars that passed away peacefully Tuesday at her home. She was 80. I feel like do these help read? I feel like I knew she was 80. I don't know why I thought she was a little older.
80? I
Yeah.
mean, it's...
I guess it's just like that thing with your grandma. You don't know.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. But, gosh, she seemed like she spanned a longer distance than that, or time frame than that.
And I feel like it's because, too, it said that she had been in the music industry for over 50 years. And so I guess just because as all the pictures you see of her in the music industry, she's just always been.
Well, have you ever gone back and seen her on the Porter Wagner show?
Yeah, I saw clips and pictures and small videos.
Well, that's where I
at
can
Dollywood.
first remember seeing her.
Yeah.
Was on that. I mean, on live, I guess live television, not really live, I guess, but on television when I was a kid. I don't remember exactly how old I was, but she would catch your eye, and then once you got over that, you realized what a talented singer, that she was.
I know. I
And-
thought it was cool, though, because it said that her husband, Carl, that they met at a laundromat, and he was never he went to one red carpet event with her, and then after that, he was like, yeah, that's not for me.
Yeah, that's what I always understood. It was always like her anchor to go back to,
Yeah.
was her. I guess it's East Tennessee is where she grew up, somewhere. Somewhere near Pigeon Forge, right?
Yeah.
I think somewhere right in that area. And
But one of the things that I read that I did not know, I feel like most everything that I have notes of, most people know, about her music, her Grammys that she's won, all that. But the one thing I didn't know is that she started the Imagination Library in 1995. I didn't realize it had been started and going that long, but she had endometriosis and ended up having to have a partial hysterectomy. And so she was dealing with some depression after that, and her husband helped her to channel that into something that could help people. And so she started the Imagination Library to help kids since she'd never be able to have her own. She named it after her dad, who never learned to read, and they've given over 300 million books to kids around the world.
I know I heard about that, and it'd been around. That's over 30 years
Yeah.
now, and so it's kind of
31
become
years.
ingrained. And I hope that I think it's a foundation, so I think it'll
Oh yeah, I think so too.
keep going.
Yep.
But she was doing all kind of stuff like that, and
I know.
I mean, I when I heard about it, I said to myself, "Wow, man, she was a singer and an actress," and I said, "Man, she had all kind of businesses." I was thinking
did.
about it, and then it comes on the radio. I mean, the guy says almost the exact same thing, and I don't mean that like I'm so smart. It's just that she made an impression on pretty much everybody.
Yeah.
Right? I mean,
I know.
wow.
And one of the
Not
things,
too many people can say that.
I know it. And one of the things that I read said that she could, of course she was very rich, but it said that she could have been even more rich than she was and had such a humongous, more of a humongous net worth if she wouldn't have done all this. But she was one of the happiest, most
Oh yeah,
wholesome
it was
people
kind of like,
alive.
it's kind of like, what? She was always like, what? How much do I actually need?
Yeah.
I mean, come on. I feel like I'm obligated to share this with people.
I know.
And it wasn't that she did it out of oh gosh, I guess I have to do this. It was, that she wanted to do it. She felt obligated.
Yeah, or
and then,
a call of
then
the
she
press.
wanted to do it. Yeah,
We're doing this.
it might have been some of that.
Her legacy will remain unmatched. I feel it's almost like Elvis dying. Gosh.
What other female singer?
Decent's gonna be like, I remember when Dolly
has there
died.
ever been in in our history of our country, say at least?
I know. I don't think
Who
so.
who would top that?
I really don't know.
Who could top that act? That's a tough act to follow, but
Yeah, because Loretta Lynn died not too long ago. I remember when she died. People were sad, but it wasn't anything like this.
no, because she didn't have television and
Yeah.
movies, and like I said, all the other things that Dolly did.
Yeah.
Because the money just really got really good for them. I'm sure Loretta Lynn was worth quite a bit herself, but nowhere near what Dolly would be worth or was worth. But
that legacy is unmatched.
yeah,
And-
I remember her on the show with Porter Wagner, and it was one of those kind of country and western, I'll call it, shows.
Yeah.
So all of it wasn't just, I guess I would say, pure country. It was a lot of mixtures, a lot of. I'm trying to figure what do they call the guitar that they play?
The steel guitar.
Yeah, exactly, the steel guitar. It had a lot of that kind of sound, which makes me think of country western, Bob Wills and the Cowboys. But anyway, she was on that show, and then all of a sudden she was on that movie 9 to 5.
Yeah.
Which was her. I don't know if that was her movie debut or not, because she did quite a few movies, and I remember them going over it, hearing on the news and watching on the television about her career, and it was like some of these things I'd forgotten about, but she was pretty funny real funny
Yeah.
and if you've seen 9 to 5, the movie,
No.
you've got to watch it. You would die laughing.
I know. I need to watch it.
It's so funny. There's anyway, I won't give the plot away, except that there's just 3 very funny women, although I'm not too fond of Hanoi Jane Fonda,
Aw.
but she's in the movie too.
Yeah.
But Dolly is hilarious. Her character, Dora Lee, I think it is in the movie. She's a secretary or administrative assistant, as we call it now, for an executive of some company.
Yeah.
You gotta see it. I highly recommend it. That's when she really, to me, when she really took off. Is my
Really?
point, was after that movie,
Yeah.
because she was in there with these other stars, and the movie was so successful.
Yeah.
And of course, it's hard not to love her. She's just such a, look at that face. right there, and that's probably not that long ago. You know what I mean?
I
That
know.
picture. That's an older picture when she's older.
Yeah.
But she tried to keep that same look as long as she could.
Yep.
And
I'm
had lots of
curious
help
to
doing it.
know, because her nephew who made the video about her passing away and letting everyone know, said that she wanted to be buried in plush cotton. I'm curious to know, they said when she went out with her husband and they went traveling and stuff, that you would not recognize her because she didn't have all her glitz and glam on.
Well, those were mostly wigs that
I
she
know.
wore.
So I'm curious to know what she looks like whenever she
Well, I don't know if they were
doing
wigs
whole-
back in the Porter Wagner days, but
I think
that was the Beehive
in the
era. Some ladies with their hair would be kind of real poofy.
In the museum at Dollywood, it said she had made a comment that she started wearing wigs during that era, during the Porter Wagner.
Okay, so it probably was a
so
wig.
it started
for all
really
I know.
early.
That's funny
Yeah.
to think about.
But yeah, I wonder.
What
I'm
does
like,
she really look like?
I know. I told Bella, it's like, when we all get to heaven, we're not going to know who Dolly is. Because she's not going to look like she did down here. She's going to look like she did when she was with her
Probably
husband
not.
all the time. But anyway, I feel like I don't know. I've loved seeing all the stuff that people are sharing, but it's all you're seeing right now on social media. So I feel like we've got some stuff that people might have missed, and the whole disarray of Dolly dying. One
Right,
of
right.
those being is that we have another Dolly headed towards the United States.
I saw
Hurricane Dolly. It's an unfortunate coincidence, but The storm names came up with way ahead of time. Tropical names are selected on a 6-year rotation list. So
She was actually on the list. I think they said in 2020.
2020,
Yeah, I read
and
that.
now it's returned for 2026. But right now it's just a tropical, like it's not technically
Tropical
a hurricane
storm or just
Yes.
tropical depression, maybe.
coming up through the Atlantic. So we'll keep an eye on that. But it is supposed to rain, according to my Apple weather, every day this week.
You know, a lot of those winds come off the Sahara Desert in Africa and come across the Atlantic Ocean and
Yeah,
form these storms.
it's crazy.
Yeah. I'm hoping that the storm doesn't. I mean, that you know how destructive hurricanes can be.
Oh, yeah.
I hope that doesn't happen. I was thinking, you know, we're almost through, but we're almost to an anniversary too, August 29th, 2004, wasn't it? Was Hurricane Katrina? Was it
2005.
Five.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I wrote that date so many times.
Yep. 2005.
Claims reports and checks and you know letters and whatever else you were sending people.
Yeah.
Had that date on it, you know, for that date of loss. That was a massive storm.
I know.
I've never
Well,
seen
even the
anything like
storm, though, that caused all the destruction in New Orleans was just crazy to me.
Yeah, well, New Orleans just got the flooding.
Yeah.
I mean, it was bad. Don't get me wrong, bad
Yeah.
enough.
But they
But
weren't
it was
even affected.
Mississippi
Oh, I know.
that took the brunt of the actual wind storm damage.
Yeah.
That's where I was.
I remember my dad worked with FEMA, and we went down there with him. It was after, so it wasn't like in the middle of all of it, and it still was just so terrible. So much destruction.
We had Garmin's back then. We didn't have GPS. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, I guess it was a GPS, but it was a separate. It wasn't part of your phone back
Yeah.
then.
It
So it was
plugged into your lighter.
Exactly. And that was transitioning from a lighter to a an outlet of some
Yeah.
sort, right? Whatever they call it now. But I can remember going to a couple streets down there around Gulfport, Mississippi, Pascagoula area, and the whole neighborhood was just wiped out.
That's so
and there
sad.
was those street signs, and your GPS would tell you, turn left, and you're like, there's not a road.
Oh, gosh.
What
That's
do you
awful.
do, and
Yeah.
just kind of see where people are, and they're gathering around and checking out their place or whatever.
Yeah.
And of course, there was lots of police that would have to stop you and you have to show your ID and tell them who you were.
Yeah.
We had badges, that we would wear identifying that we worked for.
Your all access pass.
Yeah, it wasn't exactly that, but it was like an ID thing.
Well,
And then you'd go talk to somebody, and I remember standing there in front of this one spot with no house, talking to the owner.
yeah.
I'm like, look, we'll get this processed as fast as we can
That's
because
so sad.
there was no doubt,
Yeah.
and it was very quick. I will give the company I work for great credit. They would pay claims very quickly if you was ready to pay it. I mean, if you had the information ready to pay it, you could pay the claim quickly.
Yeah.
Which I don't know. You mentioned hurricane, I could start having flashbacks.
Well, we'll keep y'all updated on what Tropical Storm Dolly does turn into. But right now it is 6:13. That means it's time for a break. So when we come back, I'll update you on what the weather's supposed to be like today. And later on in the hour, we're going to have Roger, our county commissioner, here to do with the commissioner update. So you're not going to want to miss it. You're tuning into Morning Mayhem with Mike and Taylor on Piper Peach Radio. We'll be right back.
Chilton Mobile Home Parts and Supply is your go-to destination for top quality mobile home parts and supplies in Clanton, Alabama. Conveniently located at 14023 County Road 29, just 3 miles east of Thorsby. We offer a diverse inventory, including underpinning, doors, windows, faucets, tubs, setup supplies, and more. Our commitment to quality ensures you'll find the best solutions for your mobile home needs. Upgrade your space with stylish doors and windows. Enhance functionality with top-notch faucets and tubs. All conveniently available in one place. Visit us today or call 205-646-1949. Transform your mobile home with Chilton, where quality meets convenience. Need reliable towing or diesel repair? Mims Wrecker and Heavy Duty Diesel Repair has you covered. We specialize in light and heavy duty towing and recovery with the latest equipment for any job, from campers and tractor trailers to winch box recoveries, and the only local-based rotator in the county. We do it all. Our diesel repair services include computer diagnostics, engine rebuilds, transmission and clutch work, and general maintenance. Trust Mims Wrecker and Heavy Duty Diesel Repair for top-notch service. Call us at 205-217-1984.
All right,
Hello.
we're back. We're back. We're back. Testing 1, 2, 3. We
And
have
I
to do
looked
our
at you.
mic test, every.
Me.
I know. I was like,
It is 6:16. It is Wednesday. We're halfway through the week, and it's August the 26th. It's not supposed to be too hot today. The high is 90.
I know it was 68 this morning, and when I got in my truck at
So nice.
50 something,
Yeah.
And
I know. I had a little bit of a late morning this morning.
you did.
Yeah.
I actually beat you here today.
You
Normally
did.
you're ahead of me a couple of minutes.
I've been doing pretty good this past week.
I consider when I got here pretty good,
Yeah.
considering I spent 3+ hours on the road yesterday.
Yeah. Well,
For the team, man. I'm taking it for the team.
yesterday, we went to bed, and Decent has been on a sleepover kick. He wants to know why Mom and Dad gets to have sleepovers and he has to sleep in his room. So he's been sleeping in my room, and Bailey has been sleeping in his room. And that means he turns sideways and puts his feet in my face and wakes up wanting
Yeah.
all his stuff. Anyway, all the other things. Well, then on top of that, the battery in our fire alarm died last night. So I woke up to the whistling, and I was like, "Oh my
About
gosh!"
every 15 seconds.
Yes. Then I go back, finally get back to sleep. Then I hear squealing. The pig.
Oh, no.
I guess the fire alarm kept waking him up.
Mr.
Mr. Snorty.
Snorty.
And Dollar Bill, he reminded me. I knew this, but I had forgot. Rex means king, the name Rex. And so he told us we could call him King Snorty
King
instead of calling
Snorty.
him Rex.
That's right. I forgot that.
Anyway, so I had a not so great night of sleep. And the night before last, I woke up at 1:30. So I was trying to catch up, but I digress. I, though, have something fun for everyone listening this morning. Good morning, Miss Tammy and Brian. TNT Peanuts is on, and also Miss Wanda.
Excellent.
Thank you to everyone listening on the app and watching on YouTube. We appreciate you so much. And if you want to, go share the live with your friends. Share the code, copy the link, whatever you want to do, and share it with somebody because we enjoy having this community in the mornings. So,
Yeah. I was trying to, I don't know how to do that without getting to the app. Sorry.
excuse me, I'm losing my voice. So, probably months ago now, we had talked about how we were going to have early bird trivia. Do you remember
I
talking
do
about?
remember that. We were kicking around ideas about what we wanted to do, so
Yes.
let's try it.
So we have 2 prizes, which Bailey, my husband, was kind of mean yesterday. He said nobody would want our prizes.
Oh, I disagree.
I know.
In fact, I'm always been a big fan of double bubble
gum. Okay, I was going to buy the bucket because, I mean, how much cooler would a bucket of bubble gum be?
It would have been cooler, but
Walmart didn't have it. So we've got 1 pound of double bubble gum. Also, the
What?
early bird gets the worm. Albany's world's best gummy worm.
I mean, that is like some premium
Premium.
gummy worms.
Yes.
Look at that. 12 flavors, it says. 12 different
right.
flavors right there. Look at them. There's
And
the
they're
blue
regular, they're
flavor
not
and the
sour.
green flavor and the...
Yeah, the
Never mind.
orange flavor and the yellow
Yeah.
flavor. And anyway, so we've got 2 early bird trivia questions. The first one being about bubblegum. So, in 2024, Chad Vale of Haleyville, Alabama, won the Guinness World Record. I'm sorry, not 2024, 2004. I'm lying.
Oh.
Anyway, he won the Guinness World Record for blowing the world's largest bubblegum bubble. Where did he win this at? What location? It was a high school in Alabama. And then the question for the gummy worms is, the famous first cloned mammal was a sheep named Dolly after Dolly Parton. Why was it named after Dolly?
What was now? Repeat that.
The famous first cloned mammal, a sheep, was named after Dolly Parton. Why was the sheep named after Dolly?
I remember that happening.
Yes.
I want to say that wasn't here in the United States. I was thinking that was somewhere else.
No, I don't believe it was.
Maybe across the pond, as
Yeah.
they say, for some reason.
But our first question was, where was the Guinness World Record for blowing the largest bubble gum recorded at? It was in Alabama. And then it was at a high school in Alabama. And then why was Dolly the sheep named Dolly? In the meantime, while people are either Googling that or looking it up. Did you see where Tuscaloosa
There's an
had?
answer already. Haleyville?
Oh, yeah. Let me see.
Is that the gum?
No, that's where the guy was from. So it might have been in Haleyville, but that's not the high school that it was at. It was at a high school in
It was a
Alabama.
joke. He was making a joke because you gave it
Ha
away. Got it.
So Tuscaloosa has a new mascot. I
Tuscaloosa?
showed you this morning. Yep. A monkey.
Oh.
He is on the loose. He is spotted on Skyland Boulevard or around Skyland Boulevard, and the animal control are trying to locate him safely. The pictures, though, on Facebook, it looks AI because it looks like his arm is a tail. And I don't know if it's just the angle that is like, you know.
Well, there's some monkeys that they do favor, as far as their limbs do favor.
Yeah, but this is long.
There he is.
Very straight. You had it over Mike.
Oh, that was funny, wasn't it? Yeah, that was funny.
I thought it was funny because I clicked on the comments. These are a few of my top favorite comments. One guy said, "Not my circus, not my monkey." So I guess he don't care. One man said, "Not AI, huh? I guess some monkeys have tails for their right arm." What in the Florida is happening?
No way, yeah.
And then my top favorite said, "Who hung drawers on the side mirror?" Somebody, their clothes are all over the car, and they've got their underwear drying on the mirror. So
Draws. They got their
draws.
draws. Not drawers, but draws,
Well,
which is just a, nice name for under.
no.
Yeah, it
Is that
is.
that's what that means?
You knew that, didn't you?
I didn't know that.
Okay. You're just making fun of me because you can.
I know. Do you have any updates for us today? I feel like I don't know. I feel like you've been shy this morning.
Well, I don't mean to be. Particularly, we did go yesterday afternoon. Chrissy Lee and I went to 3 different schools and did some interviews for. Since we normally have a coaches show during the week, but we have a game on Thursday, so no coaches show. So I went and talked with coach at Maplesville, Isabella, and Verbena yesterday afternoon. Chris and I went in Big Juicy. We were cruising down the highway. People were blowing their horns at us.
Really?
No, I don't know. They were blowing the horn at, but it was Chrissy's driving.
Oh,
but
man.
I hate to get into that.
We'll just pretend like they were excited to see you.
Yeah, okay. But we did have a good time. Everybody was great to us. Treated us so good. Hey, you got an answer to one of your trivia questions.
I know, that's what I was
Sosa
looking
says
at.
Double Springs High School.
That is right. Jonathan,
Correct,
you want a pound of
Jonathan.
bubble gum. Woohoo!
Woo, way to go.
Whoop, whoop, whoop.
We'll have it right here. It may be open. There's a couple pieces missing, but I had nothing to do with it.
No.
But we did. We went to Maplesville and talked with Coach Brent Hubbard. Let's see. We had Jediah Works and Levon Craig that we interviewed. They're both transferred 2 years ago from Isabella to
Wow.
Maplesville adding little fuel to this flame.
Oh, man.
This rivalry that doesn't need any flame, fuel added to it.
Yeah.
But that's just a couple of the things, that's happening in this game, between the lines, I guess you might say, of this game. These young men, but they were all super respectful, and we caught them a couple. When we were in Maplesville, that was before practice started. We were there about 2:30, so just before practice, they were getting ready, and we were in their meeting room, and I had wanted to be in the coaches' room because they had all of these characters. If you ever seen those things, like you have a great season or something, and somebody will do a caricature of it, and they'll have some stats, and they'll have their schedule and key plays or whatever. They'll have some sort of memorial to it.
Yeah.
And they had 5 of them at least across the wall because they have 5 championships. And then, but the coach didn't want us to be in there. It was not. He said wasn't presentable.
Yeah.
All the ball players, they had meetings in there, and so there's stuff everywhere. So we went in their meeting room, which was a little straighter, I guess. But it was, it's just, you just feel different when you walk in Maplesville. They have this atmosphere about them that, it's they intend to win.
Yeah.
They want to win their games, and they're really excited about it. And we got to meet those 2 young men, and they both play running back and linebacker. And, of course, we got to talk to Coach Hubbard. Their stadium is newly renovated. He's all excited about it, talking about the new stands and the new press box and the scoreboard and the concession stand and the ticket booth. And the whole thing is really, really nice.
Yeah.
And looks really good. And it's almost 100% complete, but not quite. But, so we had Corey Clements on, on our show a couple weeks ago, and he's explained it more than once to us, that, hey, we can't help the fact that we do all these projects. We're not going to have them all finished.
Yeah.
But then we went to Isabella and got to meet with Tate Leonard and his son, Colton Leonard, which was kind of fun. And then we had Chad Moore. I forget. I think it was Chad Moore. I'll have to look it up. I'm sorry if I've got that wrong. Of the Mustangs, and got to talk to them. And the thing that was neat for us was that even though it's 91 degrees, we did almost all the interviews indoors.
Yeah.
So that was like, that kept everything, the sweat at bay, for a little while. But we got to meet with them, and Coach Leonard, he was part of their staff, part of the staff at Maplesville for several years. And now he's been at Isabel for several more, and he's got quite a program going there, and it ought to be quite a good matchup.
Yeah.
And then we ended the day going to Verbena
on Friday.
I know I will be there with Kelly Smitherman, and Bryson Barden will be our sideline reporter, and we're really excited about that. And I haven't been to Verbena. I can't remember the last time I was there. But we got to be there, and they were actually practicing. I mean, we got there. You have to ask Chrissy what she saw when we first got there, because we migrated over to where the running backs, they had them split up. They had their linemen and backs and ends practicing on 2 different parts, and then they had kind of like their JV team practicing. And so, but we got to talk to Coach Brothers.
Yeah.
And 2 of his, in fact, one of them was Andy Robertson's son. Gosh, I should have been better prepared for that. But I'll look it up in just a minute. And another young man, Blake Hicks, I believe his name was. But man, it was so neat. Those guys were so hot and sweaty when we talked to them.
I bet.
It was like they were like, they didn't care. They just took their helmets off.
Yeah.
They didn't adjust a tuft of hair. It was like, yeah, this is me. I'm practicing.
That is funny.
And they're both about, especially Andy's son. He's like 6'2". He was like, I was looking up at him. But we had such a good time. Everybody was so respectful. All 3 schools, and we'll have that game. Verbena plays Zion Chapel.
Yeah.
Which is a new team on their schedule. They don't know much about them, but it'll be exciting.
Yeah. Well, football's coming up starting tomorrow, and we'll have the schedule and all the games we're covering on our Facebook. So definitely check it out. And we're about to go to break, but before we go, I want to let y'all know Jonathan Sosa He's the winner of the bubble gum, whoop whoop, for early bird trivia. And it was Double Springs High School in Winston County that Chad Fell won or set the record for the largest bubblegum bubble with no assistance, aka hands-free. He used 3 pieces of double bubble gum. So Jonathan, you have a whole pound that you can practice with. We'll message you and set that up for when you can pick it up.
Yep, he's already posted out there.
That's right. In the meantime, it is 6:30. It's Wednesday, August the 26th, and we have Roger waiting patiently to come and join us. So don't go anywhere. When we come back, we're going to get our commissioner update. You're tuning in to Morning Mayhem with Piper Peach. Mike and Taylor will be right back.
Looking for the perfect way to unwind, compete, and have fun with friends or family? Then Putter Up Pelham is your next destination. Whether you're a mini golf pro or just out for a good time, Putter Up offers a one-of-a-kind indoor putting experience with custom effects lighting, sounds, and robotics at each hole, plus automated scoring and a virtual caddy to guide your game. And our ADA-compliant courses include special putters for individuals using wheelchairs or walkers, so everyone can join the fun from ages 4 to 100. Rain or shine, day or night, it's always game time at Putter Up. Come for the fun, stay for the challenge. Swing by Putter Up, where every stroke counts. Traditions come and go, but excellent service and compassionate care are benchmarks in any era. That's what Ellison Memorial Funeral Home is committed to providing you, whether through the pre-arrangement process or seeking services at your time of loss. Ellison Memorial offers a noticeable level of care and attention to detail. Others do not. So before making a decision based on yesterday's traditions, experience the Ellison difference when it comes to your loved one's final arrangements. You'll be glad you did. Call us today at 205-280-4600. Ellison Memorial Funeral Home, setting the new standard in local funeral service excellence. We are always here when you need us.
Underage drinking is deemed by many adults to be a rite of passage. Parents who host parties for youth may think they are being protective, but they are actually putting their youth at risk of physical and social consequences. Know the truth. Underage drinking and social hosting is a bad mix. For more information, contact Central Alabama Wellness, 205-651-0077, or visit centralalabamawellness.org.
All right, 6:33. Here we are back on Piper Peach Radio. You're watching and listening to the Morning Mayhem with Taylor and Mike, and we are joined by our guest, monthly at least. He comes on.
Yes.
We appreciate this. Roger Perkins, Chilton County Commissioner.
Thank
How you doing?
Thank you. I'm doing fine.
Good,
How
good.
are y'all doing?
Well, you're good.
And,
Very good.
You came in. You brought some news in today. What did you say? Did we know what had happened?
Dolly Parton died.
Oh no.
I know. We had no
I was
idea.
I was listening to the show on the way.
Oh, you were? Okay, good. Well, we appreciate that. We know you do that.
Yeah.
Well, I was trying to joke with you this morning. I was trying to think of something because last time I said that you brought in all the financial records for the last 24 years, and you reminded me that no, it was for
The upcoming year.
the 1 year.
Yeah,
I mean,
1
it
year.
was like a massive amount of
Oh,
material.
yeah.
We had to move all the microphones. We had to shout so you could hear us.
That's right.
But then I was kidding you today. I'm thinking, well, he only brought one piece of paper. I said, well, I want to know about the roads. I figured that would take another volume, but you said that's what you have with us
Just
today.
a fraction of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I brought that to go over a little bit about what commission's been doing, and we did go over that. Some of the proposed budgeting wasn't approved yet, and so we went over some numbers that was going through, and then I did bring a little bit of a road update.
Well, did anything change on the financials? Have you guys, has that been approved yet? Or
Yeah, we got it approved.
got it done?
Balanced budget.
pretty much like you were telling us?
Voted
you
in.
expected?
It is
That's
fairly
good.
quickly.
That's
and just relying on the revenue that comes in. Trying to find ways to get people to shop local and try to attract businesses that would help us to continue to
Yep.
shop local and
Yeah.
do
That's
those
right.
kind of things. So all that, it's an important part of the
Yeah.
dance. So
You got that right.
it's
So,
kind of is what it is when you get down to the numbers. The SSUT tax was a big issue, last year, and that provides a pretty big chunk of money that comes into the counties.
All right, why don't you tell our listeners what SSUT is?
Well, and I didn't bring my notes on it, so I'm going to go off cuff a little bit. But the SSUT tax is a online sales tax.
Okay.
That's called the Simplified Seller's Use Tax.
That's what I wanted to know. What did it stand for?
So Alabama created that based off of a need that they found where companies like Amazon and Wayfair or whoever you buy from online were charged all these different percentages of tax all across the country. And especially when you come into Alabama and you find out that there's like almost 200 different tax rates for varying cities. So Amazon would ship to you in Thorsby, it'd be one tax, ship to, Mobile would be a different tax and all that. So the state of Alabama came up with the SSUT tax, and the SSUT tax basically, thank you,
You're welcome.
simplified that tax as a 8% online sales tax. And then that tax is sent to a whole fund, and the state pulls their portion out, and the rest of that is divvied out to the top 10 cities in the state and all 67 counties on a equal or a basis based off of population. So tax on shoes that are purchased online in Mobile, we get a small fraction of.
I was just going to clarify that, and you just did.
Yes, so it's very important. To us especially because the courthouse payment is kind of bonded around that income. So last year it was the SSUT tax was attacked by the city of Tuscaloosa. Tuscaloosa's mayor wanted a bigger portion of the pie, wanted it redone and made it more complicated and all that. And there was multiple lawsuits, and the ACCA fought that along with all 67 counties signed on to the defense of it.
All right, now tell our listeners who the ACCA is.
It's the Alabama County Commissioners Association. And then they have a conference every year and a lot of legislative things go on. I'm a county legislative delegate assigned to them. That was voted on.
You guys
by
were
the-
fighting this.
And they fought that, and the court case got thrown out. But now it may not be a dead subject. It's dead this year because there's an election year going on. But then next year it's going to probably ramp back up. A lot of the cities are wanting bigger pieces of that pie, and we want it to stay fair and keep it simplified.
Yeah.
Well, I understand the idea of it being simplified, but with computers and everything, why couldn't it be done by, where you ordered it from, zip code? If I'm in Chilton County, why can't what tax I would owe under that go to my county?
It can.
Which is, I'm sure that's the argument of the cities, right?
Well, a little bit.
Because they think they're larger and they use it more often and they should be entitled to more money.
Well,
I don't know that as a fact. That's what I'm saying, but it could
yeah,
it could be determined.
There's some computer programs around, but you're asking. Then let's just use Amazon for example.
Okay.
Amazon's say that they're now going to have to program in all that wealth of information, and then have somebody sending out all that.
Transferring all
transfer
that
of the
money.
money to all these different places, and you also run into. Part of it, and I'll have to bring some notes and go over that next time we come in here a little bit.
Get off subject.
But
It just
basically, like
came.
Amazon has a warehouse in Bessemer.
Right.
So do they count now as a location and no longer an online? So do they bypass the whole tax thing and get out of paying tax to the entire state and stuff like that? So there was a lot of questions raised in that issue. it's simplified, but it's very complicated process.
Right. I was just thinking that very thought. So,
And you can go down a big rabbit hole with that. That's a 2-hour-long conversation if I had all my notes. But we could do that. But the ACCA conference was this past week, and the county commissioners go to that.
that's down in Orange Beach.
It is. It's Perdido Resort.
Perdido, yeah, that's okay.
ACCA puts that on, and we're able to go down and attend. I think there was only one of us that wasn't able to attend, and which kind of worked out because he had some things to do here with the Kawaka program. So he stayed. He was here, and it was Bone went to the Kawaka grant where we received the grant for the archery park from last year.
Yeah.
He was able to do the formal acceptance of that and let everybody know there, the legislators, senators that was there in the Kawaka group, how thankful we were for that
I had
for that
seen
grant.
that.
So he was there to do that. But other ones of us that went, there's a lot of classes, different things, and bring you up to date on what the legislation's going to do, and just different kind of type of programs and motivational speakers and those kind of things.
So you mean all the people on Facebook that are like the commissioners get to go to the beach? Y'all weren't just hanging out on the beach playing cornhole?
No, I saw the beach. I saw the beach from the room. I was able to walk on the beach, I think, one time.
Yeah.
So at 7:00 in the morning is breakfast, and then you start your classes and your programs, and it goes all the way to 5. Now you do eat good in the evenings when the ACCA or companies that have provided like a ball or a banquet or something.
Sponsor it.
A sponsored banquet. But it's not all just fun and games. Now I imagine that some people may go and do that.
Yeah.
But I tell everybody, the commission, when you go to those programs, you get out of it what you put into it. And if you're serious about bringing something good back to the county and providing a service to the citizens and being a commissioner, if you're serious about being a commissioner and you want to dedicate that, you try to do all you can to learn all you can to be the best commissioner you can, to provide the best service you can to the citizens, So you kind of get into it, what you get out of it. You could waste county money and not do anything, but, I would dare say that none of us do that. We go to actually do something. So
Yeah.
I can't speak for other counties. I see what other counties do. And we're lucky to have a group that we have, so.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, did you learn a lot while you were down there?
We did, and I did, and I mean, and of course it was interesting. One of the biggest takeaways I had, and I won't bore you with all the stats and talk about data centers or numbers and all this. One of the most interesting things we had was the first guy that spoke was like a motivational speaker guy.
Yeah.
And he kind of tied it into county government, but he had everybody there make a list, and and you would basically make a list of your community and the top 10 people. If everybody, even people that's listening, on the radio today, just write down 10 names, your top 10 names. And that's your community. That's kind of what you can, who they are, why they're important and stuff. So everybody writes down their names, and the guy goes to ask people, do you mind sharing your first name? And of course it's going to be, like mine was Crystal, my wife, right? The majority of people, that's what they had, was their spouse.
Yeah.
And he said a couple things interesting, though. The guy says, well, why did you write down that lady's name? He was asking somebody else, like Bill. Why did you write down Becky's name? He said, well, she's my wife. And he's like, well, that's the wrong answer. And everybody's like, well, it's my wife too, I wrote down the wrong answer.
I'm going to mark
And he
that
says-
out real quick.
But he made him think. He said, but who
Do we have
is
to turn this in?
yeah, like your spouse. Most people write down their spouse, but it's not, your spouse is not the answer. It's what do they provide? What do they mean to you? And the guy's like, well, she's my confidant and she's my best friend. And I
right.
love her and all this. So the guy says, well, have you told them that lately? And so it kind of got me thinking, and got everybody else thinking around. It was like, we really have a group of people in our lives that mean a lot. They're important to us and those kind of things. But, and life's short. And so do you really tell those people in your community really how you feel about them when you can? So that was probably one of my biggest takeaways from that whole conference.
How about that?
Yeah.
So
Figuring, if you can make that better, then that'll make the other things better in your life, That's the way I look at it. I got to work closely with the ACCA and county commissions for several years, working for County Risk Services. You brought me in a County Risk Cup this morning.
yeah, brought you a gift.
Good shout out to my friends down there in Montgomery on Jackson Street. But, they do put on a lot of good programs for it. And like you said, this motivational speaker, and I'm sure that you probably had some attorneys, and then you have some other experts,
Bunch of them.
that came in and gave you really good advice. I remember hearing the ACCA present. It wasn't I didn't get to go to the annual conference. I never was. I guess I hadn't been there long enough. But I did get to go to the, what was it, the engineers? And,
there's the engineer conference.
and
There's
county administrators.
county
Is that what it
administrative
is?
conference.
Okay.
And then there's an annual legislative conference.
Well, there's the combined is it the engineers and the.
I think so. It's
and
around the same time frame.
Yeah, I mean they were all down there, different. So we had different folks in the audience, but he was telling about running the county commission, and you really don't want to come in as a county commissioner and run the road department. That's not what you're there to. You don't.
Right.
You're not necessarily a road department expert. That's what you have. It's what you hire people to do, but yet. You and was it six others, right?
Six
So
others,
seven
yeah.
of you are making these decisions, but you're based on the input from your
based on
folks that you work
information
for.
we get,
Like you were
right.
just on that. You were talking about your budget last time you were here. So you got some information today.
I
about
did.
the
I didn't know
roads.
how close you were to break. I was just going to give. I did bring a little bit of a road update. Of course, 30 is right there at completion. It has to be broomed off one more time. Striping projects.
30 is down there off of
37.
37
Goes to 16. It goes
in the
to
Fairview
15.
community, right? Runs right
There
through
is-
Fairview.
There is one spot on 30 that's probably going to have to be looked at to be redone where it was done last year, where it got cold too fast, and it's had some little bit of washboard. They're trying to let that work out and see if they can repair that without having to go out and actually pull it up. But like striping projects, some of it was on the budget from last year. 59, 24, 51, 365, and 29 all had striping projects to begin.
I think I was on a part of 29 that had just been
Had been
done.
done?
Because
Okay.
they had some cones right next to it, and you're driving down the road. Which was a good idea because you have plenty of room.
I know.
To miss the cone.
Well, I pulled in to go home the other day, and there were lines on our road. I was like,
24 is
24
24 is down your way, isn't it?
No, I'm on 59.
Oh,
She's on
okay.
59.
24 is close, but not quite.
Yeah.
And then some of the stuff that's in process, County Road 24 from Chestnut Creek to 31, that coming down that hill, that's slated to be started if it hasn't already. 460, County Road 460's got a first layer down. 393 and 181 begin this month. I think 543 and 455 are done. 450, 227 is started. That's off of 76. Cuts back. Mm-hmm. And then the one that everybody liked or that everybody looked at, and I'll give you some information on that if I got time to do this rundown. If we got time before break, I don't know if Baden
Are we gonna? I don't think we're gonna
got
take a
time?
break right now. So you just go ahead.
just fly through it real quick. So the first two on this list, let me give you a rundown on how this works. We're given a huge list. I've told everybody before, if you complain on Facebook, nothing gets done. If you call somebody, at least gets on the radar, right?
Yeah.
And and then, but I do take notes off of Facebook. I will say that. I mean,
Well, you have to.
I take notes off that because some people
Some
don't
of your
like to
constituents
call.
are
yeah.
there.
So, but anyway, there's a ton of roads that are turned in, and then there's a pot of money, and we take all these roads and we base them off of safety and how long it's been since it's been redone, all this kind of different factors, and we try to fit all these roads are given values by the engineer on how much it's going to cost, and you take those costs and you try to make them fit this puzzle of how much money you have out of that pot.
I can
Right.
see the different numbers
So-
on your sheet there.
Well, and the first two numbers, so the biggest road projects that will get done will be done by bid work, contract work. These are what we call golden roads, like asphalt roads. These are done by bidding the projects out to contractors. So they're not done by the county; they're done by an outside contractor. Actually, the first four, but the first two are asphalt roads. Would be County Road 7 and 753. Those would be done by contract work. Then you have County Road 18.
Help us understand where County Road 7 is.
Well, County Road 7.
Is that the one that goes out
Cuts
by
down.
any workout anytime?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, cuts
Okay.
through town, goes across the railroad tracks, goes all the way 24.
Gotcha.
All right. And then County Road 753 is if you go up, and some people have other names for these, but if you go up to Lomax, take a left right there on 81, comes out and take a right, and it wraps all the way back around to 37.
Okay.
So that's long
know-
road. That's
I know
two
that
and a half
road, too.
miles of road. County Road 24 is like 4.1 miles of that. County Road, and then the contract widening and resurface projects, which means it's contracted out to an outside service. It'll be bid out to be done. Even though it's a chip seal road, it would be done by a contract service based on the traffic volume on those roads and the amount of time difference it takes us to get something done versus a contractor to get something done. So we didn't want the road down as much.
So they would be able to, if I'm hearing you right, because of their experience, I guess, in doing this, redirect traffic more comfortably, that kind of thing.
They can get it done a lot quicker.
Well, I guess that's really all boils down to
So
that.
18, which is the end of, that goes from McDowell Road to 41.
Okay.
That's Poplar Springs Road.
Right, Poplar Springs Road.
is what we call it. County Road 50, which is Thorsby city limits all the way to 29. So that's on there. And then we have a list of roads that are currently chip sealed that will go back to chip seal that the county will redo. So they come in, mill it all up, haul new base, compact it down, and then re-chip seal the road. So to be widened and then chip seal would be 61, 195, 76 for its entirety. People ask about that because sometimes you get a half road. 209, 114, and 411. And then gravel roads that will be brought to chip seal, which is a dirt road now that would get paved, if that makes sense.
It does.
Is 18 past 41, 218, 459, and then 131. And 131 is a little unique because 131 was paved before, and 131 was paved before, but we went in there. It was so bad that so many people were complaining about it that they wanted to. We went in there and milled it up, brought it back to dirt, and compacted it, and we're basically replacing the chip seal that we took up on that one. So that's kind of a rundown on that. These were on last year's budget or either currently being done.
Monday, I was out. A friend of mine lives on 227. Y'all were out there working on it. And
Yeah, widening it out.
oh, my goodness. He thinks it's like going to be like an interstate compared to what it was.
It will look like that compared to what
I
it was.
cannot believe how wide that road is going to be
Yeah.
or is now.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys were out there working on it.
That's good.
He was
Yeah.
very thankful
Yeah,
for it.
we have a lot of projects in.
So
going on at
will
one
you
time.
cover that dirt, or will that just be strictly dirt? Why?
Yeah,
just
well, they basically like they're widening it out, and I know like on 453 down towards the river, they had to take out trees that were in there.
Right
So
away.
they had to basically. Here's the issue on a lot of your dirt roads, we don't have right of way.
Oh.
So it's prescriptive right of way. It goes from the back of the ditch to the back of the ditch. Well, in order to come in to widen the road out, all right, the machine's 15 foot wide. So if that road's 12 foot wide, they can't come down it without getting some approval. So they have to go to all these landowners, get some approval for widening the road out because they're going to widen the road and it re-ditches it. So we take back that portion of the right of way. It still goes from back of ditch to back of ditch. Where on like 49, a Farm City Road, you have like 40 feet off the center line or something like that. So you have a huge right of way. So you can go in there and just widen that thing out a foot and not ask anybody. Over on a dirt road, when you're trying to bring a dirt road up, it's a little bit different. But yeah, pretty much what you're saying is true. They'll take all that out, widen the right of way up a little bit. they haul base material in, because the base is everything when it comes to road work. I'm not a road builder, but I've been around it now long enough to understand some of the terminology.
Right, exactly.
So the foundation is key, and they'll put that base down, roll it down, and then normally they lock it in with some type of spray, like a primer. They try to get that done before it rains on it, because if it rains on it, it sets them back like 3 days every time it rains. Because they can't just, after it quits raining, they can't just roll their equipment back out there. They have to redress it. Well, you have to wait like 3 days to redress it. Well, then on the third day, if it rains again, you're back. Now you're 6 days out. So it puts you way out. But they'll, in the grand scheme of things, they'll put the base down, and then they put the first layers down with a heavier rock. And then as the layers gradually step up, it's a smaller rock, so it smooths that run out. And it's locked in with that tar and gravel. And then they come through and they broom it off, and it kicks the rocks off the side. We have changed. We are constantly looking for ideas and things to, like, try to dress the shoulders up better, stripe those areas, do those things to make it more aesthetically appealing. And there is a substance that we've talked about going to after it's said and done. A chip seal road looks kind of white, and they have what they call a seal coat that we have discussed with the engineer that's possibly coming, that we may add that as a last step, and it basically blackens the road. It helps seal the road better, and so we're always looking for ways to progress and do those kind of things, make things better. So.
Well, one of our listeners, Tammy Eastman, says, "Thank you for the road the work on County Road 460. Very nice."
460, yeah.
So it's being noticed.
We're all affected by the roads, right? I mean, let's face it.
It is, and I appreciate that, and I do get. There's a lot of compliments, and then there's a lot of complaints. And, But look, here's the thing: I don't shy away from the road list, and I'll go over it, because a lot of people are, when you first get into it, I think that the community likes to know what's going on.
No doubt.
And
I do.
And your road may not be on there. And if it's not on there, like, I give you 199 in Verbena. So everybody's like, 99's not on the list, blah, blah. Well, it's on the radar now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's on the radar. So is 29, 229, 99. In the last 3 weeks, I've got 3 roads. So come next budgeting year, which will be August, actually June and July of next year.
You'll start then.
I mean, I've already got 3. Well, I get 3. Other people have 10 or 12. All of us. I mean, we might have 120 roads. We had $4 million to work with to get road repair done, between contract work, which you can see out of the $4 million, 2.6, close to $3 million is done through contract bid work.
Yeah.
So that leaves us a small portion that the county can do. All right. So if you got $4 million to work on the roads, we had roughly $12 million worth of projects on a list. I would love to be able to say, well, we'll do all 12 million in a year and get all those miles in a year. Whether the county ever gets to that point or not is based on revenue. So.
Well, not only that, but certainly, things don't change, from day to day. So your budget won't be affected, right? Because the roads deteriorate.
I mean,
of course they do change. That's the whole dynamic.
Oh yeah, I mean they wear out.
That 12 million now could be 15 million next year because of something else that happens.
Easily.
Yeah. Exactly.
So we're giving a pool, money, and we try to fit the most we can with what we got.
It's a big job.
It is.
It is a big job. Glad you're doing it.
Is there anything that you want to update on that we haven't talked about already, real quick?
I don't know if I got any other updates. We still got some grant asks out, for parks. Animal shelters rocking right along, doing good. Transit's really doing good. I think everything's going along pretty smooth.
Yeah.
For the most part. Yeah. So.
Excellent.
Well, wonderful.
I think
good.
It is, and I think the visions of the cities are coming along. I think this commission works better with the cities and as they have in the past. I think, in general speaking terms, it's important for the county commission to work closely with all the cities, not everybody immediately thinks of Clanton because it's the city center. You know, it's the city seat. It's the county seat.
Right.
But the growth of Jemison is important. The growth of Maplesville, or the vision of those areas. Not that we want to go out and attract stuff and force it and make Maplesville grow. If Maplesville wants to grow, and the mayor and the city council come to us with ideas and all that, we need to partner with them and work to benefit all those areas. Thorsby, you know, the placement of different things in the county and those kind of things. There's a lot of challenges ahead as a county grows and growing pains, and the county will face a lot of challenges.
Yeah.
But if you have some partnerships and you have people that's willing to work with others and try to get a resolution that's the betterment for the county, then I think you're well ahead of.
Well, I know you've been helping or providing some road assistance to the city of Jemison. Our friend Jonathan Varden tells about. Noticed that the patches on my road had changed.
Yeah.
And he said that was a formula that you guys were doing, and that you were assisting
With the gravel machine?
Yeah, I don't know.
That's the
I didn't
weirdest
see it.
machine, by the
I did not see it. It's a different patch, and it's a kind of patch that has lasted for months rather than days or weeks.
Yeah.
Which is a very good thing, and doesn't show any sign of wear right now, and it's been several months, and so I mentioned it to Jonathan because it was a big deal, and he's like, well, here's what happened. It's some sort of agreement you guys
Something
have
would
made
do with the
y'all.
engineer's office, yeah.
Yeah, y'all have provided your expertise to the cities, as you said, working with them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and Mayor Varden up there, he's new mayor in Jemison, as everybody knows. I think working with him's been great. Being able to talk to him, I think he has a big vision for that area.
Oh yeah.
There's, and I've said this before and online, and I think you probably saw that because you made a comment about Aldi.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. The big post where somebody put about the beaver place coming. So,
I wasn't going to ask you about that.
It's important for, look, I mean, I'll give it to you straight. Companies that look at coming to Chilton County, there's no excuse for them not to be here.
Yeah.
I mean, we have, and I listed some of that. We have workforce within 30-minute drive of here to attract workforce is great. Our local workforce is great. The support of the community is great in things. We are a geographical location, the center of the state. We have 145 going to the east. We have 22 drops to 80 that brings you out toward the south. I-65 going north and south. We are the perfect location if developers are looking here. And I'll be honest with you, there's a lot of people looking. There's a lot of talk going on, and about some growth. And I've always said utilizing the 5 exits we have in this county is key to the county growing, keeping the rural areas rural, and utilizing revenue off that interstate, those interstate exits. People talk about, well, Chilton County don't have enough. Let's just say we don't have enough population to support this. Well, all right, we estimate the population of Chilton County around 50 to 54. I think the last census was around 48 or something like that.
I was thinking the high 40s. Yeah.
But it's anywhere from 48 to 54,000 people. But on that interstate, you can artificially inflate your census using interstate numbers, because you have travelers that come down. It's not just the locals going to use this restaurant. Or say if Chick-fil-A sitting at the 205 or the 212, or we put there's a Longhorn attracted to the area, or another hotel. If you put a hotel at the 212 today, it's successful tomorrow. Mm-hmm. If you put a Longhorn here at the 205 next to Hampton, it's successful tomorrow. Any company that's maybe pops into the Piper Peach radio and watches us, I want to encourage them that we're open for business in Chilton County.
Right.
To a common sense, reasonable growth perspective. Mm-hmm. So we'll talk to anybody.
Excellent. Well, I know we appreciate you guys working for us, and when you think about 7 men and women representing 50,000 people,
Yeah.
It's a pretty awesome responsibility.
It is. It is.
You do a great job, Roger. We appreciate
Yeah.
you coming on today and with these updates, and we look forward to next month and getting another update. Okay.
That's right.
Yeah, you'll have to let me know what you're going to talk about, and I'll bring notes.
All right, we'll do that. We'll do that very much. All right, well, 7:04. We're running a little bit behind our break schedule, so we're going to jump to one right now. But we want to thank again Roger Perkins with the
Thank
Chilton
you.
County Commission being here. And you're watching Morning Mayhem on Piper Beach Radio with Taylor and Mike. We'll be right back, so you stay tuned, stay seated right there.
There's a pride that comes from employing over 6,000 people in America, welding, fabricating, assembling with local and global parts, delivering a machine just right for you. Japanese engineering meets American ingenuity that builds on our 50-year legacy of quality, reliability, and durability that makes us the #1 selling compact tractor in the U.S. These aren't just machines. This is a way of life. And that's why Kubota is investing hundreds of millions right here at home. Because we won't settle on what was good enough yesterday. We're innovating with inspiration from the hard-working men and women that proudly sit on our equipment every day. So you can be sure that every one of us have you in mind when a machine or implement comes down that line. We know how hard you work. We'll do the same. This is Kubota.
Chilton Mobile Home Parts and Supply is your go-to destination for top quality mobile home parts and supplies in Clanton, Alabama. Conveniently located at 14023 County Road 29, just 3 miles east of Thorsby. We offer a diverse inventory, including underpinning, doors, windows, faucets, tubs, setup supplies, and more. Our commitment to quality ensures you'll find the best solutions for your mobile home needs. Upgrade your space with stylish doors and windows. Enhance functionality with top-notch faucets and tubs. All conveniently available in one place. Visit us today or call 205-646-1949. Transform your mobile home with Chilton, where quality meets convenience. Need reliable towing or diesel repair? Mem's Wrecker and Heavy Duty Diesel Repair has you covered. We specialize in light and heavy duty towing and recovery with the latest equipment for any job, from campers and tractor trailers to winch box recoveries, and the only local-based rotator in the county. We do it all. Our diesel repair services include computer diagnostics, engine rebuilds, transmission and clutch work, and general maintenance. Trust Mem's Wrecker and Heavy Duty Diesel Repair for top-notch service. Call us at 205-217-1984. Looking for the perfect way to unwind, compete, and have fun with friends or family? Then Putter Up Pelham is your next destination. Whether you're a mini golf pro or just out for a good time, Putter Up offers a one-of-a-kind indoor putting experience with custom effects lighting, sounds, and robotics at each hole, plus automated scoring and a virtual caddy to guide your game. And our ADA-compliant courses include special putters for individuals using wheelchairs or walkers, so everyone can join the fun from ages 4 to 100. Rain or shine, day or night, it's always game time at Putter Up. Come for the fun, stay for the challenge. Swing by Putter Up, where every stroke counts. Traditions come and go, but excellent service and compassionate care are benchmarks in any era. That's what Ellison Memorial Funeral Home is committed to providing you, whether through the pre-arrangement process or seeking services at your time of loss. Ellison Memorial offers a noticeable level of care and attention to detail. Others do not. So before making a decision based on yesterday's traditions, experience the Ellison difference when it comes to your loved one's final arrangements. You'll be glad you did. Call us today at 205-280-4600. Ellison Memorial Funeral Home, setting the new standard in local funeral service excellence. We are always here when you need us.
Underage drinking is deemed by many adults to be a rite of passage. Parents who host parties for youth may think they are being protective, but they are actually putting their youth at risk of physical and social consequences. Know the truth. Underage drinking and social hosting is a bad mix. For more information, contact Central Alabama Wellness, 205-651-0077, or visit centralalabamawellness.org.
No wonder I'm on the pole. we have these legs. We're like, we're gonna remove the legs off these tables. It's like, what do they do?
But they don't do anything.
I know, it's like,
Well,
Hey, Roger is just wonderful to have on. You know, he brings us all good information
I
that
know.
we can use. And every time he talks about how they do their job there, I feel like I understand it better than I did before he got in.
Yeah.
Before he came in here.
Well, that's like I was just telling y'all out there. I think a lot of people, I know, or I'll speak for myself, I don't think about some of the things that he brings up because we're not around it every day. So, like he was mentioning, if Buc-ee's were to come here, they would have a good workforce because we are such a central location. And everybody thinks about driving out of Clanton, out of Chilton County to go work other places. But I mean, a lot of people are getting where they don't want to drive that. They don't want to have to drive up towards Alabaster, Birmingham, Montgomery. And we are close enough and have such major highways that we can bring people into work.
Well, he's
and
talking
attract
also
people in.
about shopping local.
Well, yeah.
And, you know, there's always been a program, what am I trying to say, a campaign
Yeah.
to get our folks, our residents here in Chilton County to shop locally. And I think he was telling me, if I understood, which we were talking about stuff, he was lamenting a bit that we didn't get to some things today. Yeah. I mean, he's the kind of guy we could have on and probably do the whole two-hour show.
Yeah, but he did say that would probably be the source that he's going to be coming from next month for the commissioner update is how much money goes out
Well,
of
he
the
just
county.
shared with me a figure that
Don't
he believed
tell.
it was estimated.
No,
Why not?
because he said he's bringing it next month.
Well, we'll get it next month too. He'll bring the exact number then, but it's over $300 million a year.
Yeah.
That we take our money outside of Chilton County and go to Shelby County and Otago County and Montgomery
Yeah.
County and Jefferson County and other counties.
Shop.
And spend our money. So obviously, the more money we spend here, the more tax collected here, the more benefits to our roads, to our, court systems and our
county in general.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Our parks.
Well, Jonathan Sosa won early bird trivia
He
for the
did.
bubble gum. Yes, he said, we asked what high school was the Guinness World Record for the world's largest bubble blown with bubble gum. It was Double Springs High School in Winston County.
How big was the bubble? Do we have a number, a
It
figure?
didn't say, but
I mean,
it said
I think
that
I've
he
seen a
used,
picture. It's like 2 or 3 feet.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't see a picture. It didn't say, but it did say he used 3 pieces of double bubble gum. So congratulations, Jonathan Sosa. And the other question was, Dolly the sheep was the first cloned mammal. She was named after Dolly Parton. Why was she named after Dolly? And Miss Tammy Easterling came back with our win and our answer. She said the sheep was named after Dolly. It was from a pair of glands as a joke, and that was the answer.
I
But she
forgot
was
that.
cloned and derived from a mammary cell, a mammary gland.
Appropriately.
So that's why
mean,
Dolly became Dolly.
There's Dolly right there.
So,
There you can see
Miss
her.
Tammy Easterling, I hope you like gummy
Couple of her
worms. 'cause
assets there.
I if you like gummy worms, because we got you a bag of them at the station, and we'll get with you on how to get these.
And Tammy, I want you to know that package was already opened, and there was a couple of just want
You're
you to
eating
know.
the gum and the
I
worms.
did not say I did anything. I'm just saying I noticed the
Goodbye.
packages were opened. I don't know how that happened.
Me
I deny
neither.
it. You didn't see me do it, so you can't prove anything.
That is true. Well,
But-
I've had a story on my radar for a little while now about a famous singer, I would say new age, like this generation singer,
New
paying
age.
for college for a college student at Alabama. So Olivia Rodrigo, which I don't I recognize her name, but I don't know that I know many of her songs. Do you?
No.
She found and come across on her For You page on TikTok a student at Alabama. The student, I don't think that they said her name because I don't have a name with this article, but she's a student at Alabama. She's in her final semester of college. She made a video about how ridiculous college is cost-wise, like how expensive it is to go to school.
Yeah.
And she said that the celebrity Olivia Rodrigo reached out to her and told her that she wanted to help pay for her school costs. The girl is a first-generation college student. She posted a video about her struggles to afford school and how she understands why her family did not go. But Olivia told her that she loved her videos. She was a source of positivity and light for her, and she would love to help her graduate. And she did. She sent her $5,000 to help pay for school.
Wow.
So,
That was
congratulations to that girl.
act.
I
I was going to
know.
say gesture, but that's really more than a gesture.
Oh, absolutely.
That's
I
quite
love
a
that.
quite a nice thing to do.
And a lot of people, I don't know, one of these shows that I listen to in the mornings, he gives money. He has a Giving Tuesday. And so people will write into him and be like, this is going on, and I'm like,
Yeah.
could you help? And he helps. A lot of times it's kids with like sports stuff, because if you don't listen, it's the Bobby Bones show. So it's not really a secret. It's the only morning show left besides us.
Yeah, exactly.
They're not live, but they record. But anyway, he helps kids a lot because he said that he remembers being in high school and trying out for a basketball team and then not being able to play even though he made it because he couldn't afford the shoes to play. So he gives money to people that need help on Tuesdays. Well, there's a guy that is on his staff, which I think it's all just a big production type thing. Because the dude gets so aggravated that people write in and want money for their kids to play sports. And he's like, just let them play school. Like, let them,
I
why
can
are
understand
you-
that.
But then, like Bobby Bones said, he's like, well, it's my money. Like, if I want to give it to them so
Oh,
they
yeah,
can play.
absolutely.
Like,
I agree
why
with
are
that,
you so
too.
mad about it, But I think it's so wonderful that all these celebrities and, like, these big-name people are doing stuff like this because, yes, could the girl that's going to college get loans and work 3 jobs while also going to school to pay for her own college? Yes, she could. But on the flip side of that, like you were saying the other day, or it might have been Bill, college is so much more expensive now than it was years ago. And if you're going to spend your money and you're going to send money to people, why not help somebody out,
It's more expensive. There's a lot of people out there who borrow the money, which
Yeah.
compounds the cost, right? Because
Yep.
whatever it costs, you're paying interest now.
That's
and
right.
you could be doing it for many, many years. I mean, I know people in their 50s that are still paying on their student loans.
Yeah.
It's like, golly, I didn't know it was going to be your
Crazy.
lifetime friend, you
Oh,
know?
yeah. But I'd rather see that. I'd rather see good things online than complaining and
Well, it just
whining
goes to
and-
show that college is still a good bargain if you have someone who has really, really worked hard and is really smart.
Yeah.
And they get a scholarship. They earn a scholarship.
Yeah.
People aren't just given scholarships. They typically must do something to earn them.
yeah.
And, be a great athlete or
Well,
whatever
and
it is.
even then, it's more than not, it's not 100%.
That's right. So,
Yeah.
it's like Hannah. She had a full ride tuition, but we had to pay books and fees, which
Yeah.
was still, a couple grand a semester,
Yep.
possibly.
That's
And I
right.
said books, programs and whatever they pay for.
Yeah, what is
know.
it? The access key, the key,
yeah,
key code
exactly.
you have to pay for to take a test.
Yeah, or
stupid.
whatever it is, we pay for it, or we paid for it, and she's getting her master's now. So it's still it's very expensive because there was no scholarship available to her, even though she was one of the top, if not the top psychology student
In
at
graduate
Auburn,
school, there's
in
really not a
21.
whole lot of.
or 24 rather. So, I've got some stories I wanted to talk about.
Okay.
The University of Alabama has named its starting quarterback, and I know that was announced last week. And I've had this story, and I just never was able to get around to it. But Keelan Russell is this going to be their quarterback. Beat out Austin Mack. So it's going to be exciting to see because he's a Duncanville, Texas native, which I believe is I was thinking Duncanville is in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, the metro area. So he's 6'3", 207. He played a little bit last year, not much, but he's described as dynamite in a bottle. He can run, he can pass. So he's probably just the kind of guy that everybody's looking for.
Yeah.
But he was the Texas and National Gatorade Player of the Year as a senior, 2023, and so that's exciting for him. The Tide opens up at Bryant-Denny Stadium on September 5th against the East Carolina Pirates.
Wow.
Play in UAB's league, the AAC, I think it's called, American Athletic Conference, I want to say. So that'll be a good matchup. They have a pretty decent team themselves, East Carolina, so it'll be Tide will be ready though. I predict, and they'll get that first win.
Yeah. Well, speaking of quarterbacks, I have a little bit of a sad story. Well, it's actually a bit of a sad story. Faulkner University in Montgomery, they're grieving a loss of one of their players, 18-year-old incoming freshman quarterback Kadar Lau. He drowned in Wetumpka this past weekend. Yes,
Tragic.
It was at Corn Creek Park Saturday. So praying for his family. I want to say that it said he was originally from Decatur, Alabama. And I think he had they probably practiced over the summer, but this is his first year, or would have been his first year at Faulkner.
Down in Montgomery.
Yeah, in Montgomery. So
formerly Alabama
praying
Christian.
for his family and his teammates. I can't imagine.
Yeah, I know. That's tragic. I mean, you never know when your time will come, of course, but but to be so young, you just don't expect that.
I know.
That just adds
There's
to
been
it.
a lot of drowning incidents lately too. Or I guess it probably isn't any more than what it has been. You just see everything so much more now.
Yes.
I mean, you have
These
access to
phones have
so
just
much
opened
more
us
stuff.
up, right? We can pretty much record and post anything. We do it.
Yeah.
The interviews that I talked about that we did yesterday for the football shows. That's just something that's pretty unique that we can go and just got our phone and we use it, and there's such high quality as far as the recording, high definition.
Oh yeah.
Right. So
I know my dad, it was so funny. When we first moved into our house, me and Bailey, Mom and Dad came over, and Bailey had our big TV on the wall in the living room. And I want to say it was for a year after we moved in. Every time Dad would come over, he was like, "Oh my gosh, that is crazy. It looks like they're right there, like you're watching a play or something." Because it was it didn't look digital at all. It was so realistic and so high quality,
Yeah, exactly.
And we'd be like, "Dad, okay."
My dad did the same thing. The first time he saw high def at our house, I don't remember what size TV we had up on the wall, but he's watching, and I said, and we had a baseball game on. And I told you my dad played minor league ball for several years back in the 1950s. And he's watching it. And I said, "Well, Daddy, what are you thinking?" And he says, "I think I can see the grass growing." It was that sharp. He could see the individual grass. And that's funny that the baseball player looked at the grass, thought of the grass. And so obviously he thinks about it a lot. But
That is funny.
We have not said anything about our sponsors this morning. We need to.
We have
I have been
been-
drinking my customary Coca-Cola,
Yes.
which is near
We both
empty.
have football
which will be
cans.
replaced at the next.
At the next break.
Yeah, it does. I've got the football. I've got
Me
a football
too.
too. Mine's a
Yeah.
little different. Mine's the world football. Yours is
Now,
the
some may be
American.
wondering, depending on where they're watching, is she holding a Pepsi can right now? No. In this part of Chilton County, Dr. Pepper is Coca-Cola.
That's right.
I wanna say
handled
it.
by the what is it? United Coca-Cola or
yeah.
Unlimited? Is it? What is it?
Let's see if it says on the can. I think it's United.
I don't think it'll say on this can. I'm talking about the
No.
local. Who Mike works with.
Oh, what Mike's division is? I'm
Yeah.
not sure.
I need my T-shirt.
Yeah.
It's on there.
But up north, it's the Blue Company.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, and it's just a distributor.
Yeah.
They really,
That's
make 'em-
kind of messed me up though. Whenever, like, because Save More, which Save More is having their truckload sale coming up this weekend.
Oh.
We're going to be going live from there, I believe, Friday.
truckload of meat and other stuff too. Huh?
They normally have really good sales on their drinks during that too, and a lot of other stuff.
That's a good thing.
But anyway, I want to say it was one of the grocery stores in Chilton County when I was little. We went in and Mom drank Dr. Pepper, and we got Dr. Pepper with, like, it was on sale, the sale, or she thought it was.
Yeah.
It ended up being with the other company in that part of the county, and so it wasn't part of the sale. And we were so confused. We were like, "What are you talking about right now?" But here at Piper Beach, Dr. Pepper is Coca-Cola. So thank you, Mr. Mike and Coca-Cola, for sponsoring our show.
You and Bailey need to incorporate a trip to Dublin, Texas, to where Dr. Pepper was originally bottled.
Yeah.
And they sold out to someone, and then they wanted to start it back and build it. And make it to the original formula because the new owners changed it a little bit or wanted to.
Yeah.
And that became some big court case, and then it came down that they couldn't make their original Dr. Pepper like they wanted to. So that has made the original Dr. Peppers like extremely valuable.
Huh.
Like you could buy a 6-pack and it would cost you, $14 or something.
My gosh.
You'd pay triple what it was, worth.
Yeah.
Just so you could have the original. And I can remember Rainette buying, I don't know, a few bottles. I don't remember how many, but several. And she rationed them out. She was like, don't touch those. Those are mine. Don't touch my original Dr. Peppers. But we had such a good time there. We got to go through their old
That's
bottling
cool.
place.
I know Bailey loves the
And it
Coca-Cola
was really
factory
cool.
in
It was
Atlanta.
really cool. Yeah. Yeah, we went
So
to
I bet he'd
Coca-Cola
like
too.
that.
We did go to the museum there
Yeah.
in Atlanta,
Atlanta.
right downtown. Right not too far from the aquarium,
Yeah.
actually. What is it? The World of Coca-Cola or something like
Yes.
that. Something like that. It's really something. If you haven't seen it,
It's pretty cool.
I love all the old advertisers, especially the ones that I saw growing up.
I
It's like,
bet.
man, I forgot about this one.
Yeah.
But anyway, we thank Coca-Cola for being our sponsor, and also we have Central Alabama Wellness.
Yes, Miss
Folks
Zena.
there at the county line helping
That's right.
helping keep us all in check.
Yep, all
and
well.
Yeah, exactly. Keep us all well, and I know my daughter is about to finish up her master's in psychology at Auburn, and I know that she will be going into something similar to that field.
Yeah.
Or something related to it. I think she wants to do counseling in schools, and it's amazing that the opportunities that are out there for that.
Oh, yeah.
And we appreciate them too as well, being our sponsor. It's
Yes.
7:28. Let's go ahead and take a break,
Yeah.
Tyler. We'll be right back after
When we
these
come
words.
back, you can update us on Phoenix City Little League.
know,
They're still hanging strong in the World Series.
I know. I want to say, go Phoenix City, but
Yeah.
they don't have a name. They're not like the Phoenix City Lions
Oh,
or
they
something.
need a mascot.
That's what I mean. Yeah, they need something.
But y'all stay tuned because we're going to go over that when we come back, let y'all know when you can watch them again. It is Wednesday, 7/28, August 26th. You're tuning into Morning Mayhem on Popper Peach Radio with Mike and Taylor. We'll be right back.
Chilton Mobile Home Parts and Supply is your go-to destination for top quality mobile home parts and supplies in Clanton, Alabama. Conveniently located at 14023 County Road 29, just 3 miles east of Thorsby. We offer a diverse inventory, including underpinning, doors, windows, faucets, tubs, setup supplies, and more. Our commitment to quality ensures you'll find the best solutions for your mobile home needs. Upgrade your space with stylish doors and windows. Enhance functionality with top-notch faucets and tubs. All conveniently available in one place. Visit us today or call 205-646-1949. Transform your mobile home with Chilton, where quality meets convenience. Need reliable towing or diesel repair? Mem's Wrecker and Heavy Duty Diesel Repair has you covered. We specialize in light and heavy duty towing and recovery with the latest equipment for any job, from campers and tractor trailers to winch box recoveries, and the only local-based rotator in the county. We do it all. Our diesel repair services include computer diagnostics, engine rebuilds, transmission and clutch work, and general maintenance. Trust Mem's Wrecker and Heavy Duty Diesel Repair for top-notch service. Call us at 205-217-1984.
Kinley.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yes.
It is 7:31. It's Wednesday, August the 26th. You're tuning into Morning Mayhem. Thank you for spending your morning with us, with Mike and Taylor.
That's right. Here we are. You know, before the break, we talked about Phoenix City Little League World Series going on there in Williamsport, Pennsylvania. And Phoenix City won their third straight. You know, they lost their first game.
Yeah.
And then they run ruled a team from California, I think it was. And then they came back and beat the team yesterday. They beat the team that beat them in the first round. Let's see, who was it? Tacoma, Washington.
Yep.
So 4-2, they won, and on Tuesday, and they now advance to play the winner of the Great Lakes Regional or Metro Region champ. I don't know who that is. Great Lakes, I would assume Michigan, Ohio, somebody up in there.
I would think
Metro
so.
could be any metro. And I do not know, but it was very interesting. You know, the Phoenix City has a young lady on their team.
That's right.
Kinley Rasmus made a couple plays. She was playing in the outfield. She's a pitcher as well.
Yeah.
But she was in the outfield in this game. You can't pitch every game.
I know.
And I'm sure they have other good pitchers as well. But she played in the outfield and made a catch crashing into the wall, which was, you know, any out you get in a game like that is big, right? Because you got to get 18 outs or more to win. 6 innings is what they play, and she got it. And then she also set a record for young girls playing in the World Series. She got her 5th hit, which broke the record previously set several years ago by another young girl. So that's interesting that she did that.
Yeah.
But there's a young man that plays for Phoenix City, Easton Allen. He plays leadoff. Mm-hmm. And I've played against many different teams and for many different teams. And if you can get that leadoff person who is, I'm going to describe him as a Pete Rose like. Do you know what I mean when I say that? Pete Rose's nickname, he's a great baseball player back in the 60s, 70s, and 80s, was Charlie Hustle. Mm-hmm. He hustled. He took so many bases just because he hustled.
Yeah.
Somebody would bobble a ground ball or something in the outfield, or a ball out in the outfield, a base hit in the outfield, and he would take second because he figured he could beat the throw, and he would often do that. And this young man, Allen, Easton Allen, he got on base in the first inning due to an error, hustled and beat the throw, and then pass ball, he got to second, and a single brought him home. So he, suddenly they've manufactured a one-run or a run, a 1-0 lead.
Yeah.
So then in the third inning, same thing happens. He walks, and he again advances to second on a pass ball, and then Kenley Rasmus drove him home with a single. And so it was just, that was the difference in the game. 4-2 was the difference. And in those two runs, because of an error and a pass ball, really is almost like an error on the catcher.
Yeah.
That's what a pass ball is. That's 2 runs. That was the difference in the game. And I mean, that's enough to make a huge difference in this tournament. So they're 3-1 now in the tournament.
When do they play again?
Let's see. What was that? What did they say?
I feel like it might have said 4 p.m. today.
6 p.m.
6.
tonight.
There we
6
go.
p.m. Central Time.
Well, they are doing good. And
I'm sure
that's
their opponent has been set, but I have not. I'm not aware of it. Who they are.
well, and that kind of opens it up to what today's national day is.
Oh yeah.
It is National Women's Equality Day.
I was thinking that would be a
Yes.
good segue.
The United States Congress passed the 19th Amendment to the Constitution, granting women full and equal voting rights on this day in 1920.
1920.
Yep. So every year on the 26th, we commemorate that right with Women's National Equality Day.
Well, I think I mentioned that my wife and I have been watching this documentary on Theodore Roosevelt.
Oh, yeah.
And after he lost the Republican nomination in, I think it was 1912 election, maybe I think it was 1912, to William Howard Taft, excuse me.
Isn't that the man that got stuck in the bathtub?
That's him. He was a big guy. He was a very
Yeah.
large man.
He died in the bathtub, didn't he?
I'm not sure about that. I do not know that part. But I was just going to say that we're watching it, and I'm trying to remember exactly what it was when you asked me that question. You
I'm
kinda
sorry.
threw me off.
I
Taylor.
didn't mean to interrupt.
What we were talking about. But bottom line is that, I know you're talking about the Women's Day, Equality Day. When he didn't get that nomination, he started his own party. He called it the Progressive Party. That interesting choice of
Yeah.
names because of what we consider progressive going on right now, off the Democrat as an offshoot of the Democratic Party, and not necessarily just Democrats, I guess, but primarily. But anyway, I say all that to say that he formed the Progressive Party, and they were like, well, the press asked him, well, are you up to it? Are you physically up to it? He said, oh, I'm as strong as a bull moose. Well, what is the symbol for the Republican Party? It's what animal? It's an elephant. Right. And then for the
Well,
Democrats.
you said a bull, a moose, and then you're asking me about 2 other animals that it
I
could
know,
be.
I
It
am.
threw me off.
But what are the Democrats? What's their animal?
Donkey.
Right, exactly. So the Progressive Party immediately became the Bull Moose Party.
Oh.
And then they held their convention, which was just thousands of people there.
Yeah.
And he was, he invited, and all these people showed up because, even back then, women did not have the right to vote.
Yeah.
I mean, we're talking 100 years ago, they could not vote. Women could not vote. And now they make up, obviously, half or better of the people that do vote.
Yeah.
And so there were all these, and they call it the suffragettes. Have you heard of the suffragettes or the
I've
women's
heard.
suffrages
Yes.
movement? And, they were protesting this and peacefully protesting.
Here he is on a moose, actually.
There he
There he is.
That's not real. That's not for real.
This one?
No, it's not. I don't think so.
I think that is.
That's like AI to me. I don't think he would have ever gotten on a moose.
I don't think so.
They're not gentle animals. They look gentle, but You really wouldn't want to try to get on their back.
He had a lot of teeth.
Yes, he did. He had a big smile. He had a
Very
son
big
that looked
smile.
just like him.
Really?
But anyway, and he died at 60 years old. I mean, he was
Aw,
really young.
he was
but what
young.
my point is that, he was trying to bring women into that's a horse. That's not a bull moose.
I know. I told you yesterday. That's what I picture when you say Teddy
see-
Roosevelt.
Yeah, he was always on
a horse.
or on a cart, or on a carriage, in a carriage rather. But anyway, it was interesting to hear that part of that documentary, his involvement with the suffragettes.
Yeah.
So congratulations on National Women's Equality Day.
Yes.
I think that should probably get more recognition than it
I think
does.
so too. Because I mean, it's not all just feminist. And
So, how many of you out there were affected yesterday with the shutdown of Interstate 65 up around Calera, the Shelby
me.
County Airport? I'm sorry,
Okay.
am I boring you?
no, you're not. I don't know where that came from. I was so
Sometimes
glad.
they just
So,
pop up, don't they?
They do. I thankfully was not affected. I was going to go to Alabaster after preschool because I don't have to pick Decent up for a couple hours. I was going to run up there and run right back. Thankfully, Bailey was waiting on me in the parking lot to go get lunch when school got out.
Yeah.
Or I would have not made it back in time to get Decent.
You would not have. But
And why is that, Mike? What happened?
well, everybody knows by now probably that the I-65 bridge there at the Shelby County Airport,
Yep.
there was a flatbed truck hauling an excavator of all things, and it was sitting up too high, and it went under the bridge and took out the bottom of the bridge. and apparently, after that happened, I mean, somehow it made it under it. Or I don't know. I didn't see in the pictures I saw. I didn't see an excavator laying off to the side.
Yeah.
It may have been. It just didn't see it. But you saw all the pictures of all the debris and all the big
Yes.
chunks, and I mean, there were people that were hurt. I guess it just
awful.
rained
I
down
bet.
on them. They were
Yeah.
behind him.
I saw in one of the articles that said that there was a very, very smashed SUV and that they don't know if the people that were in it were hurt or.
But man, it's scary enough. I mean, when I first heard the story, it was just said a bridge collapse.
Yeah.
Well, I thought, people trying to cross it, and then
Yeah.
it said it got hit.
Oh my
And when I
gosh.
saw the pictures, I'm like, well, that's not a bridge collapse. That's a crash into the bridge.
Yeah.
And just fortunate it wasn't, I guess, one of the abutments.
But the EMA came back and did say that it was announced that way because it was a partial collapse.
Yeah.
It caused a partial collapse. Mm-hmm. So.
Well, hopefully it's back open. They've
Is
got
it?
Yeah, it's open. 65 is open.
65 is the bridge, the southbound
Oh, the bridge itself.
is not. They're detouring the traffic.
Oh, I thought that had already been. They were already opening that back up.
No, I saw something this morning that said the traffic coming across the bridge is being detoured.
Still being detoured. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I misunderstood what the story said this morning. Maybe when it just said it was open back up, I guess it meant something else.
Yeah, I know 65 is open, and I think that one side of the bridge is open, but the other side is not.
Right. The
So I think
northbound
just one
traffic
lane.
is open. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, but it was a kind of thing that when it happens, I mean, you can just imagine what it did
gosh.
to have to
And, well,
detour all those people
Oh, I know.
trying to go south.
I know Bailey. Thankfully, he worked from home. The doctor he works for was at a conference, so they've been working from home this week instead of going to office. And the lady that works up there with him, I think she went into office for something, and she texted him. She was like, "Be glad that you did not come up this way," because she had been sitting in traffic for a while.
I bet. I mean, hours. One time I was just south of the Vestavia Hills exit there, 252, I think is the exit number. Heading south, there was a wreck up there, one of the bypass or something, and the police stopped. I was the first car in line. Well, it was 4 lanes, but I was the first one in one of the lanes, and I sat there for like 3 hours while they did
my
their thing,
gosh.
investigating whatever they had to do.
Yeah.
And it was like, can we just back up? I mean, we're just literally a half a mile or less than a half a mile
Yeah.
from this exit. Can we just
We
turn
know.
around and go that way? But we couldn't.
this isn't the same like as a bridge being messed up, but when we were going to New York to watch Pico, there was a small airplane that had to make an emergency landing on the interstate, and the police. And this wasn't the only time. We saw like a wreck or something too where this was happening. But the police and first responders were so on it, and like they had such a system that they had the traffic blocked, and they were detouring everyone off of the interstate to go around. And they were the ones who were working the wreck or like the event that had happened. It was just so put together. They were very on top of it. And I don't know why everyone can't be that way, like all areas.
Efficient.
Yeah, so efficient.
Like you thought maybe they could reroute people off the interstate and put them right back on the interstate.
And that's like, okay, when we were going, I want to say.
Remember, you got to have room for all the first responders, so maybe there's not enough.
Yeah, but with this, like they could get through.
But this exit, this particular bridge, is right in front of the exit.
Yeah.
I mean, literally
and
right.
It's always crowded for no reason.
Well, there's a lot of people live back in there. That's the reason.
No, because it's really not, though. Because even before the road work, when I worked up there, not that many people would be getting off. It would just be so crowded right there. Mm-hmm. And then you would get past that exit, and even like one or two cars that were right there in that big clump that you're in would get off, and then it would clear up. But not as many people would be getting off as you think it would be.
But it's a bad situation, and hopefully they're...
I know, and now with the road work too, gosh, a mess.
Brian says it's too much, just like you said, Tyler, too much damage to the underside. Any weight on the southbound side of the bridge will cause a total collapse.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think,
really messed that up. I bet their liability insurance is not going to cover all of that.
Oh, probably not. I don't think that people, I know myself at least. Obviously, I know bridges are heavy, but like seeing all the cars and stuff that were messed up from yesterday, I feel like I don't in my mind think that they're heavy. Like if something happens like that, if like pieces of them break off. And that sounds stupid, but it almost makes me think of like sandcastles, I think people forget like how much damage that could actually cause.
Yeah, that's true.
If
very, very much so.
like it's not just scraping sand off, or like styrofoam.
Well, while we're talking about it, why don't we mention some of our sponsors? Workout Anytime,
Yes.
right down the street here from us. Maybe a mile if it's that far. Go get your workout anytime.
Absolutely.
Get it Taylor, to workout anytime. And then Mobile Home Supply, what you mentioned earlier in the show.
Oh, I still didn't go by there. I need to set an alarm in my phone.
I can't believe that you don't have an alarm and you have like
I'm telling you,
16
I have so
others,
many.
don't you?
Yeah.
16 active alarms.
I really do.
We'll call it that. But
The
anyway,
red dolphins are jumping.
Hey, it's 7:47, so we're gonna jump to a break now. And,
That's right.
You watching Piper Beach Radio and the Morning Mayhem with Mike and Taylor. We'll be right back.